Hey, good morning, kids. Mark Miller here. Glad to have you with us. Roy looks like he's not with us today. He is officially a taxi driver today, so he's driving people around. I know what that's like. Roy, we wish you safe journey travels, and hope you get a nice tip from whoever you're driving around. Let's see, what are we going to do? Let's kind of get right into it. Normally we kind of talk about what's going on. Actually, I will talk a little bit about yesterday. So yesterday, we were pretty close to getting some stuff done, but then we had this secondary effect that was disappearing immediately. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to end the show because I was like, hungry and, tired and et cetera, et cetera. And I, stopped the show. And again, I was like, part of the problem was we seemed to get an indication that the problem was happening from a different place from where we were looking at in the code. But in my mind, I was like, we've got sprites that are being destroyed all over the place. There's so much noise. I don't want to set a breakpoint over there. And then it occurred to me, I could filter the noise pretty easily if I give the sprite a name and then look for that particular name when it was being destroyed and then break when that occurred. And when I did that, I checked out the call stack and I saw, I'm calling clear windups from outside of this. So I'm basically starting the windups. Then before the second windup starts, the one for the other effect that we built, weeks ago, I call clear windups just before. And so we were creating it and then clearing it immediately. That's why it was going away. And I added a fix for that bug. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on there. Let's go jump over into this world and let's check in some code because I haven't done that yet. I actually started work on move Fred. So I added a signal arm move Fred command that takes a string, which is the Codebase Alpha in the house. Welcome, Codebase Alpha. Surly Dev. Somehow we didn't get a fanfare for you, Surly Dev. I'm not sure how that missed. Maybe we need one other thing. Oh, Codeman Codes is here. He's working on something again, I can tell. Very important, whatever it is.
Regex?
Nah, not Regex. Something else.
I got it.
I love that. Okay, Legendary Moose here. Copper DeBeardy's here. There's Surly Dev.
Surly Dev in the house.
Yeah, Surly Dev says, unfortunate positioning of him there, Mark. Yeah, I know, because he walks a long distance. I kind of got to go like this a little bit. It's fun, though. I wanted to see the aliens, said Surly Dev. Well, someday we'll see those aliens, but they're suppressed for today and right now. So I'm just going through, in preparation for today, I created a SignalR command called MoveFred. I was looking at concentration and spells and breaking concentration. I added a little bit of code to support that, but it's totally untested. So the idea is that when I cast a spell in Dungeons and Dragons and the spell requires concentration, that essentially means I can only cast that spell and no other spell that also requires concentration. The minute I have to do anything else that requires concentration, this spell ends. And so so a spell can end when its duration is over, or the player says, I'm going to concentrate on something else, that sort of thing. All right, Surly Dev said, Mark, please play Legendary Move. Here it comes. What will we do? If only Legendary Moo were here. That cow is good. Come on, little guy, run faster. Since that might break concentration. Yeah. XCOM alert says Copperbeard. Yeah, but I played it. So anyway, I played it. Codeman Code says today is working on BIOS. Fix that subtle error that was occurring yesterday with that. That looks good now. Jetsom's here as well. Jetsom, welcome. Yeah, it's like all the friends are here. I know, we'll have an hour. I haven't quite figured out the scalability of this yet, Surly Dev. I'm thinking I'm going to create some shorter versions of some of the longer ones and maybe play only one long one a week or something. Or alternatively, maybe we do something else to handle scalability. But it is kind of fun, right? Knowing that everybody's here, right? Getting that sense that we're all here feels good. So, all right. So there's my so breaking concentration spells. Worked on a little bit of that just this morning as I was kind of setting up. I added a little bit of code. I basically I created a dictionary with one long one for a week is what I was thinking. So that goes along with the multiple fanfares concept you did a while back. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's an idea. I don't have anything set in stone yet. Okay, Legend says keep that in mind for the work he's doing. All right, excellent. Lost track of where I was going with the constant. I was talking about breaking constant. Oh, I created a dictionary, basically indexed by the player IDs and what spell they were concentrating on. And so that's kind of what I did. I put a little to-do note in there, say add support for twinning. Twinning is a special thing that the sorcerer, my character, can do, which you can take a spell that requires concentration that normally has one target and focus on two at once. So it's kind of a special version of it, but that's about it for concentration. So everything else is pretty much straightforward. So I put a to-do in there. Right now, I think if we start one spell that requires concentration, the other one ends automatically. Let's actually go in and show the thing working like we were trying to get yesterday. So let me hit initialize the player data.
Ava.
Switch over to Ava. I think I heard two Avas, which means my sound on, hold on a sec. Let me bring this up to here. The sound is turned on here. So I'm going to mute the site there so we don't hear double of those. Okay, and then we go to Ava, and I think we were clicking on Sanctuary, and we had that set up so it would cast a spell around me. No? I thought we did. Well, maybe I've clearly broken something. Well, maybe I've broken something. So, and that was the other thing, is I made a couple changes and didn't test the changes. So, someone has to help the stream go smoothly in Rory's absence. Yeah, that's true. Ava has invisibility too. Cool. Does she? I don't remember seeing that up here. I don't see invisibility. Is that it? Am I missing that? I don't think so. Maybe there's something else I'm missing with that, Codeman Codes. Oh, invisibility, got it. It's a joke. There you go. Yeah, got it. Okay, Codeman Codes, you're right. Okay, so let's figure out why Sanctuary is not working. I had this working yesterday, and something's going on. So we'll go take a look at it. There are kind of two places we want to set breakpoints to figure this out. One is up here. When we're casting that spell, let's go find the Sanctuary spell. And another thing on my to-do list is to take all of this and put it in a CSV. So all of these things just going to be in a spreadsheet that we're going to maintain the data in and then import that. So this is the Sanctuary spell right here. And just got a couple of them now. But here's where we send it off. So let's just set a breakpoint there. I'm going to click on Sanctuary, get to the breakpoint, and just look at the data here and see what we're working on. Let's turn on the debug visualizer. So, the duration does not have a value. I added that code this morning. That's why we're not sending it over. What is the duration? It's 1 minute. That should definitely have a value. What's wrong with my logic in here? I said it can't be forever and it can't be 0 and count has got to be greater than 0. So here, okay. So has value is true. Oh, did I just have the wrong thing on the outside? This logic's good. Ah, that's my problem. I've got a not symbol there and it needs to be not a not. That was my problem. Okay. That makes me a little happier if it's that kind of an oversight. All right, try one more time. There we go. Now we're going to send it over. Let's go ahead and hit run and go look at the screen. Oh, we're looking at it right here. That was it. Hold on, though. Oh, okay. No, that's cool. So what's interesting is it went away all by itself. Let's set it up again. So take a look at the clock to my right. It's 12 minutes after and 30 seconds now when I click. So I just clicked it. What? Did I click it? There we go. I clicked it. All right. So it's 34 seconds.
Mark.
Could be self wants to inspect your code, but can't see it for the scroll. Oh, thanks. You should be able to type in test close. Bang test close. Whoops. Do it lowercase, I think. Test close. There you go, Surly Deb. You can close it on your own. All right. So when you said yo-yo mark, that switched to a different view. Let's go back to the view for the Dungeons and Dragons game. That's me right there. And so you've got it. Now we did it at 34 seconds after. This is a spell, Sanctuary, that lasts 1 minute. So basically the idea here is we hard-coded me, but Ava casted Sanctuary on me. And so when that happens, this is the spell effect, which I think I want to lower a bit. It's like a little bit blocking the character's face. But and I've got to be able to specify which character I want to apply that to. Are we not? Are drones moving? Oh yeah, they're moving. They look like they're moving. And now look, it just went away at 35 seconds, right? At 34 seconds, so 1 minute away of game time. This is game time. This is what's so cool about this. So let's do it one more time. I'll cast Sanctuary again at now 45 seconds after. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the app here and I'm going to go into enter combat. So let's enter the combat. Boom. And we're entering combat at 55 seconds after. So only 10 seconds have passed. This spell is still running. The Sanctuary spell is still on me, still protecting me. And it's not until, well, let's advance the round. We advance the round, we'll go by 6 seconds, another 6 seconds. I'm clicking advance round. The round is advancing, and we're coming up on that 46 kind of thing, which I think is about to happen now or the next time. But if let's just do this. We'll just hold for a second, hold. We'll exit combat and let the time progress naturally. 4, 5, and there it goes away. 1 minute. So it's 1 minute of game time. This is, if you're a Dungeons and Dragons player, this is super, super cool because, by the way, the set looks beautiful, folks, with all the flowers and the paint. It's super cool because now the Dungeon Master is going to get a text message that comes in that says, Ava's Sanctuary spell is over. So we definitively know for sure that when a spell ends. It's never been done before that I know of in Dungeons and Dragons. Super, super cool that we can now do this in at least the live playing game, in the live game that we're playing. I like that. Okay, so let's work on Fred today. We're going to work on his hands, getting Fred to move around a little bit. I set up some, let's see if this works. I have no idea if this is going to work. In my Dungeon Master chatbot, I created a move Fred command. And that basically is looking for the words move Fred, one or more spaces, and then a command word. And that's going to be the name of the animation. I have set up on my Stream Deck the buttons for moving Fred right here. So I've got a thumbs up right here. What is that? Thumbs down. And then, I don't know. So I've got 3 animations that I've set up. I've actually got more, but those are all the ones I had time to build this morning. Over in this world, right here, I've got the animations exported right there. So there's thumbs down, And no idea is here. And then you've got the thumbs up in there. So those are the three I've got. Okay? So with that, now, here's the big test. So I haven't tested any of this yet, but the real killer test that we can do is we set a breakpoint not in this app, but in the overlays over in the Dragon Front game, Move Fred, we set a breakpoint here. And can I set one here? Well, I don't think I can set one there or there. Maybe I can set one there. Okay. And then come over here into our local host and switch from our back overlay to our front overlay. Like that. Okay, so that's loaded. And now the killer test, so this is like testing multiple things that are all in a chain here, is for me to hit the button on the Stream Deck and see if we actually get here. So I'm going to hit thumbs up right there, like that. Nice. All right, cool. So that means our chat parser, our chatbot parser is working, command parser, the SignalR is working, and we're here. And if this movement is like thumbs up or something, it is, sweet, we're good. I'm going to just run it for now, and we're going to make some changes in this space to actually load up the animation. This is going to be easier than I thought. For once in a while that happens. I like that when that happens. All right, so we're in the front game here, and we got some sprites in this space. Let's start some music since we don't have Rory with us here. And we're going to create a new set of sprites called Fred. Or no. Let's create a new class called Fred. Like that. And then over here, we're going to create a Fred of type Fred is equal to a new Fred. By the way, Fred better never die. He cannot die. He's like a main character on the show now. So we've got a new Fred right here. Let's go down here where we've got load resources. Let's come in here and say Fred dot. Let's do it right after we set the assets folder. So we say Fred dot load resources. Like that. Okay, so Fred's going to load his resources, and it's going to have some code a little bit like this inside that. Let's go. Really, I can't declare that. Hitting control dot. Okay, fine. Oh, this dot Fred. There we go. Now I bet control dot works. There we go. Just got to do it the right way. And it's something like that. All right, whoops. All right, and so now we're going to say, let's declare this, and let's rename this to thumbs up, like that. And I think we need a sprite collection here, all Fred's movements or animations, all Fred, and we're inside a class called Fred. We'll just call it all animations. And that's going to be a sprites collection. Like that. And I think I'm going to initialize it right here. Just say new. Maybe not. Maybe I'll initialize it down here. Yeah. It's kind of a cool song. All right, and then I'm going to come down here and say all animations dot add, and we're going to add in thumbs up. Dot. And the assets is in a folder called Fred, and it's called thumbs up. And there are, how many frames of animation? 98 at 30 frames a second. And that means this piece over here means pad, which means it's going to just add zeros, leading zeros to it. Okay, cool. And the name of this is we'll call it thumbs up for the sprite collections. The Origin X, this is tricky. We'll have to figure this out and maybe have to adjust it a little bit. But here, let me open one of these up. I want Origin X to be the middle of Fred. So I'm going to guess it's about right there. That's where the middle of Fred's going to be when this thing's lined up. So I'm going to say 262, 218 on thumbs up. Like that. That's thumbs up. All right, so all animations add this dot thumbs up. Then we're going to say we need a draw function in here. So let's go find Fred here. And let's find our draw, where we're drawing or updating or whatever we're doing inside of here. Thought I'd be able to find it quickly, but no. Let's just type in draw. Seems a draw. Control options. I want to go only in this file. Nope, it's not draw. Is it update? It's update screen right below it. All right, so we're going to draw the blood. We're going to do and then show nameplate. So we want to do it in this. This is the Z order right here. I think we're going to draw him behind the blood effect. So we're going to say this dot Fred dot draw context now, like that. Then let's declare that. Jump inside, move it down to here, and we're going to say this dot all animations dot, do I got to draw with the context and a now? Perfect. Is that all we need to do? I think that's it. SWAT. All right, I think that's it. You're just killing everyone, Surly Dev. Surly Dev extend. Where's the CodeRushed thing? Wow. Oh, there it is. Surly Dev docked it. Not sure how it slipped away. I think when you dock it, Surly Dev, or when other people dock it, nobody else dies, but when I dock it, everybody dies. SWAT command should make a full SWAT team assault the stream. Like literally in your homes, just come right out of the ceiling. Okay, so I think we got something for Fred. Now we need to add a function like thumbs up. Do I want a function or do I want a... I think I want a play animation. This is what I want. I want a play animation. It's going to be a little more like that. Play animation. Animation name. Let me scroll that up so you can see that. I see Fred's blocking you. Like that. Then I want to go this dot all animations. And I think there's a find in here. No, that's to find a sprite proxy. Is there a get? Sprites by name. And so now we'll ask for that animation name. And as I'm pretty sure that's going to match this name here. So what in my Stream Deck, hold on a second. For my thumbs up command, I'm sending move Fred and then thumbs up like that. So that's what I'm sending over. So that means then when we get sprite by name, that should get it. And that's going to return a, I think a sprites. Yep. Cool. And then we can say, like, if not sprites, then get out of here. This is going to return a big fat void. And if we found him, then we're going to come down here and we're going to say sprites.add. And the XY is going to be, let's see, we got a this.get. Oh shoot, are we in Fred? Ah! Okay, so we got to also pass in the player X. Like that. Okay, so we're going to need an X position there. The Y is going to be 1080, pretty sure. Starting from index is optional. That's, I think, all we need. Okay, so now we got play animation. That means now we should be able to here type in Fred.play animation, passing in the movement. Oh my gosh, is it that easy? It's this.Fred. No? What's wrong? It's the front game. Oh, 2 arguments. Sorry. Player X. This dot get player X, and it's going to return a player index. That's going to be, well, I can do this. This dot get player index, and that's going to take a player ID, and I'm pretty sure I've got a player underscore Fred, like that. That's going to get Fred's X position. And I think that might be it. Should we test it on the stream or should we test it over here first? Let's test it over here first. So if I do a refresh, front overlay appears to be refreshed. I hit thumbs up and I see nothing. Sad. Okay, got some problems. What's our first problem? Couldn't find thumbs up. Oh, it's in the folder thumbs up. I can fix that. Sad Panda, you're right. So it's going to be this, like that. Let's try refresh now. Refreshed, hit the button. Now what's going on? Nothing. I hitting the button. Do I need to send player data over, I wonder? Would that impact this? Let's try it. Player data. Now hit the button. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Nice. Sweet. Let's do it on Fred for real. Let's go here, grab the drag in front overlay, refresh it, hit the button. What? What do you? Oh wait, that's happening in the background, but not the foreground. Oh, I know, because I got to send the initialized player data first. Okay, now thumbs up. Give it to me. There we go. That's not bad. What do you think about that, Fred? Good? Okay, cool. Really? You like it? Nice. All right. Should be easy to add thumbs down. And let's duplicate that. Thumbs down. That's all good. What's our frames per second, though? I'm sorry, what's our number of frames for thumbs down? Thumbs down, it has 103 frames. C-Sharp Fritz is in the house. C-Sharp Fritz, do you know Codeman Codes? Does he ever show up on your stream? C-Sharp Fritz? Yeah, it's a hat. It's a hat. Let me know if you know Codeman Codes. Do you? You do? Yeah, let me show you this. This is his fanfare. Watch this. This is so much fun.
Regex?
No, not Regex.
I've got it.
That's it. I'm so happy with that. It makes me so happy every time that plays. That's Codeman Codes' fanfare. A little over the top. We'll create a shorter one for him too, I think, so that we don't have to, we're not doing that. Like, you guys aren't going to you'll get sick of me playing that every time. But super fun. Super fun. Yeah, C-Sharp Fritz says it's awesome. Yeah. Surly David says, please tell me that's not you painted blue. Absolutely. I will tell you please tell me that's not. It's not me painted blue. It's not. It's not. It was me painted red, and then I color shifted to blue at the last minute. I hope that's okay. Yeah. Codeman says, I won't, but I may be biased. Uh-oh. You know who's here, kids. Whoa! That was extreme. Sex Positive. Sex Positive's with us as well. Thank you, Sex Positive, for joining us. How you doing, Sex Positive? It's like I haven't seen you in a few minutes. She's probably just lurking, keeping an eye on me, that sort of thing. What happened? We changed songs? Well, there was a new song coming in. All right, cool. So we're just in the middle of adding hand motions for Fred. This is one of the frames of those, and I need to find the center of it. I need the center of his body, which is probably about right about here. I'm going to say 250, 217 for that. So come in here, say 250, 217. Like that. Let's go declare thumbs down up here. Duplicate that line. CodeRushed already figures out that's where we want to go. Duplicate this line. Watch CodeRushed will do the same thing. There it is right there. Gives me the thumbs down. And I think that's all I have to do. And now if I come in and refresh, let's go switch back over to the Dungeons and Dragons view. Refresh the Dragonfront overlay. Here it comes. Send over the player data. There it is. And now on my stream deck, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say, here's thumbs up. There's that one. And now let's try thumbs down. What do you think about that, Fred? And he's going to be like, no way. No. Sweet. Cool. And I got one more. No idea. Let's go get that one going too here. So cool. For folks, I don't know if anybody's just joined us or not. We're basically creating special effects for the Dungeons and Dragons game on a different Twitch channel. It's on twitch.tv/dragonhumpers. I'll get you that link in case you want to follow it now. We've not gone live yet, but it's going to be a mature themed show. In other words, we're probably going to say some swear words and talk about things that we don't talk about here on this show, which is like a totally family-friendly show. And but if you're interested in that, you can go follow that. And when we go live, I think it's going to be in the next 4 weeks we're going to go live. That's my sense. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let's duplicate thumbs down, and we're going to change this to no idea, like this. And I think all that's the same. What is the no idea frame count? How many frames of animation are in that? By the way, this animation, for folks who don't know, this is my son dressed in blue paint, And then we made some slight modifications, color tinting, color correction to make it match. And then also motion correction kind of too. Correction's maybe not the right word, but basically Fred, if you notice, he kind of is still and then he kind of goes like womp, womp. And so we made the hand motions match Fred's motion as well. So that's there. No Idea has got 101 frames of animation. Cool. So we can make this 101, like that. All of that is good. The name is that, and the origin on this is what? It's going to be right in the middle of those two hands. Let's open that up. And I got 217 about, is that right? 220, 267. Basically what I got. 220, 267. Like that. And then we want to declare no idea, so let's go up to thumbs down, shift enter, there's my no idea, hit escape to get back, and come down here and shift enter there, and there's my no idea. CodeRushed gives me that. And now refresh, and we should get one more bonus one in. So here comes my refresh. And send over the player data. Player data is sent. And say, Fred, what do you think about Ava? No idea. Now it popped in suddenly because that's our delay loading, our load on demand on the sprite. So the animation runs, and if we don't have the image, we're like, well, okay, we'll still keep going through. That's the first time. Second time should be smoother. Here comes the second time. There you go. Fred says no. No idea. What do you think about Ava now? Good. Right. What do you think about me, Fred? Oh. It's got that pause in there. Pretty cool, huh? Not bad, right? Not bad special effects. Essentially, from the Mangicotti Miller family. Mangicotti's Karen's last name there. Fred, what do you think about sex positive? Fred says thumbs are way up. Definitely approves. Yeah, so this is sweet. The other thing that's really sweet about this code-based alpha set is amazing. So think about it. Fred itself is just an AVI that's in a loop. This is a loop that lasts about 2 minutes long. It's going slowly enough that you can't really tell it's a loop unless it was to go much faster. And on top of that, we're kind of seamlessly, or almost seamlessly, right? Hard to tell that this is not part of actually who Fred is. We're essentially creating a puppet or a character out of live video, coupled with different effects on different layers. The other thing that's cool is our other effects work too with this. Do we have any effects on Fred? We don't. But if we had, like, for example, if we had like the effects that for this, I know, we do have effects for Fred, for his weapon. Here's the battle axe. So there's the battle axe effect, and then we can still say, okay, thumbs up like that, thumbs down, or we can come over to Merkin, and while Fred is, let's go back to Fred, bring up his battle axe, but now I'm going to give just blood only to inflict damage to me, so like 22 damage here, watch this. Here comes the shield to protect himself, right? So you still have, these things are still kind of going for the game elements are still going, they can be combined and stacked up. Sometimes it may not look exactly right, like in that case right there, where the blood comes at him. Hold on, we got to shoot it at him. There it is. And he goes up to protect. But it's, there's a little suspension of disbelief. A little bit of that. But it's not too bad. All right. Cool. And that's like everything I've done to prepare for the show today. And that's the show, kids. Or, no, just kidding. Fred, should I be less surly in the future? Fred says, yeah. What? Fred? Seriously? Oh, man. So, yeah. You know what else is cool, Surly Dev? Is it's not a show without Rory. Says Surly Dev. Do you agree with that, Fred? Yeah, he says yes. He totally agrees with that. So I was thinking, what would be fun, actually, is if we kind of really get Fred to kind of, we add more things to Fred, and I've got like something like 10 more different animations for him, but if we add more things, we can make Fred a co-host on this show when Rory's not here, for example. And I think that might be fun, right? And where you could ask questions, Fred, should I be less surly in the future, like that? Fred, is Rory cool, right? Things like that. right? All of that, and then Fred will just answer you right there, and it might be like 8-ball kind of things where you just get a, yeah. I'm starting to think that's really cool. We should definitely do this, and especially for the Dungeons and Dragons game, people should be able to ask any question of Fred, any Fred comma question, and get an answer. All right. All right. What is next? What do we want to work on next? Do I want to do more animations, or do I want to do? Hold on, just adjusting my. Fred is really cool. Oh, slight problem there. Look at that. I hit it. I had a bounce on the button hit, and I hit it twice. So that means I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and those all come down. So I can add code to prevent that. In fact, I could even come in and just smash these, hit all 3. It's a little bit funny. I don't think I'm going to add code to prevent that. Fred might have more arms than just 2. I'm going to keep that because it's kind of funny. All right. Are you trying to get Fred in trouble? Sex Positive is asking Surly Dev. A flickin' lizard, says Copperbeardy. I should be less surly. Surly Dev's got a clip for us. Fred, should I be less surly in the future? Fred says, yeah. What? Fred? Seriously? Oh, man. All right. Yeah, so that happens right there. All right, I think I want to switch over to, well, let's see. I think, I know what I want to do. I want to be able to control shortcuts remotely from, this is totally what I want to do. Surly not. I think that was a, most surly, I like it. Nice. Most certainly not. Fred's like a magic 8-ball. Yeah, it's a little bit like that. A little bit like that. All right, so let's see. What I want to do is this next, because I want to do this by this weekend because I want this for the game. So right now we've got a number of different actions here. Like Ava, for example, can pick up her two-handed battle axe, for example, like that. Fred, should I go on a date with Mark Miller tonight is what she's asking. Ooh, Fred! Thank you, buddy. Fred's got my back. Nice. Fred, which red X should I use to find a piece of arbitrary text in the middle of a quoted string? He knows that answer. Oh, no? He doesn't know that. Fred does not know that answer. All right. Should Mark pay for everything? Fred, seriously? Seriously, Fred? Fred, is Mark punching above his weight? He says yes. Wow. Yeah, that was Copperbeard asking if Mark should pay for everything. I like it when we go Dutch, when Karen and I go Dutch on it. We go on a date and we split the bill. Fred, are we having too much fun here? Fred, are we having too much fun? No, not yet. Sex Positive says, Surly Dev, I think we all know the answer to if I'm punching above my weight, really? That's what you're referring to? Oh, and there's some laughter at someone's expense. All right, so I want to be able to push these buttons here remotely from the Stream Deck. In fact, I want my Dungeon Master to be able to press these buttons. So that's what I need to do. And I haven't built that yet. And so I want to get that working. So for example, Greatsword +1. That's what I want to be able to bring up. Let's roll the dice. So I don't think I refresh the dice out here. Let's refresh that cache. Send the player data out. And all right, I'm not going to do what I was going to do. Let's instead go and let's do what I said I was going to do. I just slightly distracted for a second. I was going to roll the dice, but let's do a. Let's go out and look at it. That is in the D&D app, which is over here. And there's the move Fred command. I'm happy to know that works. The select shortcut command. This is the one that's never been tested. So I'm going to set a breakpoint here, I think. And then the way I'm going to do this is I got to basically put in the full text of that name. So greatsword +1 into the shortcut. Mark's not a number. He's a free man. What number did you go with? Oh, I went with 01. That's what I went with. Jeff Fritz asked me yesterday, what number do you want? I go, how much time do I got? He goes, I'm putting the order in. And I'm like, and he said, and Kobe Salva says 06 for me. Okay, cool. And I was like, I said 01. I said, well, since we're not actually playing a game, we can have duplicates, right? Or he kind of said that to me. And I was like, okay, cool. So I ended up going with 01. So I kind of like it. I like it because it's like, oh, it's a 2-digit binary number. And, it kind of has it's reminiscent of a binary number. And it's number 1. And I thought, oh, that would be good for the Dev Express as well to have that right under the word CodeRushed. I think Dev Express would like that too, as opposed to like 13 or something else that I was thinking about. So, all right, so let's take a look at the buttons for battle. And I think I started playing with them over here. Was it on Kent's? No, I thought it was. Maybe it's mine. Here it is, actions. Chaos Bolt. Okay, so check it out. I've already kind of got it. Let's go look at mine and see. Is it Chaos Bolt? 2 words?
Working.
It is. Sweet. So I'm basically got SS, which is shortcut select, Chaos Bolt. So now, if I'm here, I can trigger this. If I click on this, if I hit on my Stream Deck the Chaos Bolt button, I should get here. Because everybody's trying to match everything and see if we can get a match. No, that it was not a match. Because it's got 2 words. And I think I need to have... I think I need... oh, wow. How am I going to do this? Maybe I'm matching the wrong thing. I want to add words or spaces in this group, is what I want. So what I think I need is this. I think that's what I need for the match. Let's come back up and see if that matches it. Yes! Okay, cool. Now, what is going to be group value? One value is Chaos Bolt. Sweet. Just exactly what I want. Okay, cool. So let's set a breakpoint here. Let's run it. We've got a match. We should come back. Cool. We're here now. And I think nothing's going to happen at this point. I got nothing happening. So, I need to find it. What are they called? They're called player shortcuts, I think, right? Hold on a second. I'm not... Player action shortcuts? Action shortcuts. All right, cool. So let's come back. Come back. We want to grab x.name equals shortcut name. And we don't want to return that. We just want to get it. I almost think we may not need the dispatcher invoke in here. Let's see what happens. So there's my shortcut. Oh yeah, it doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. It doesn't want me modifying inside the invoke. You can see already up here, it was just getting all like nervous about what I was doing, I think. Is that right or no? Why are you still got it? Yeah, there we go. Went away. It's not nervous anymore. Don't worry. Command codes. Wait. Right, there are 2 types of pedestrian. Those that make it and those that don't. Okay, certainly, Deb. If they make it almost all the way and get clipped, knocking them on the side where they went, did they make it or not? Yeah, Yeah, Surly Devon Codeman Codes have discovered the Schrodinger's cat of pedestrians. I think it's a new law here coming up. And so now I want to say, wait, what's happening here? Why has this got a purple underline? If shortcut, then I want to do something. Let's just, is not null actually. Let's see if we can step through that. Is it going to get upset? Okay, it really doesn't want me to do any changes here. Hold on. All right, let's try, hold on. Set a breakpoint there and run it until we get to there. Let's see if we can modify it now. I'll pop it there. And then actually, I'm going to go even further. No, it really doesn't like it. Really doesn't want me to do it. It's because of that invoke. What if I do it outside the invoke? I think it's still not going to like it. I think I'm going to have to kill it. I'm going to have to kill the app is what I think I'm going to have to do. But that's okay. All right, I'm killing the app. I'm going to put it back in the dispatch invoke because I think I'm going to have to trigger it. All right, I'm going to extract this. It's not letting me do it. I just hit. Oh, there we go. There's my extract method. All right, boom. Wait, why do I have a button inside of there? All right, I got to figure out how to do the highlighting of the button tag. I'll fix that in a second. All right, so we're going to call this, I think, activate shortcut, like that. Let's go search for tag. What are we doing with tag in here? It's the player action shortcut index. That's what it is. So we can just, we don't need this anymore, which is good news for everybody. Let's double check that code. Looks good. Action shortcut. All right, I think that's going to work, which means we don't need the button anymore. And which means now back in our it looks like that. That might be all we need to do there too. Let's run it. We cover the important questions here, and Fred gives us the definitive answer. Isn't that right, Fred? Do you give us the definitive answer, Fred? Yeah? All right, let's go back over into Chaos Bolt. Let's send over the player data.
Merkin!
And so now I'm going to hit the cast bolt button. Looks like we're at a breakpoint. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, we already did it. Let's see if it worked. Oh, look at that. That worked. So let's click on lightning lure. Now I'm going to hit cast bolt button. And so we want to see if this changes. Let's see right here. Let me move it so you can see it. Well, we'll also see the effect on screen if it changes as well. So I'm hitting it in cast bolt now. Sweet. Look at that. Nice. Let's add lightning lure real quickly, and we'll switch back and forth between those two. Maybe a couple do that, and here we go. So setting these up for the Dungeon Master. So the Dungeon Master, the player can say, I want to use Chaos Bolt, and the Dungeon Master says, boom, like that. And then maybe even the players give them control as well. So lightning lure, like that. And here I want to put it like this. So let's hit lightning lure. Boom. Nice. What else do I got? I have Melf's Minute Meteors. I wonder if that's going to fail because of the apostrophe. That might fail. So Melf's minute meteors there. Here in the label, we can actually do this. And now let's see what happens when I click on it. Nothing. That means our in the right spot. This is overlays only. I need to go to D&D app right here. Select shortcut command. I think I need to change this so it finds it. Let's hit it again. Okay, and I think I need to add an apostrophe in here. Is that enough? Will it take that? Is that a regex thing? Let's see. Success is true. And it worked. Sweet. Nice. Push button weapon selection. That was lightning lure I just selected. Here's Melf's Minute Meteors. And you can see it selecting up above too. Nice. I'm going all the way. I'm going to do Ray of Frost as well and Chill Touch because I have effects for those. Chill Touch. Let's hit it. Boom. There's Chill Touch. And Ray of Frost. And here's Ray of Frost. Nice. Cool. I'm feeling today's, I love hanging out with you guys, but I'm almost feeling like today's a short show. Because I'm like, you know, how exciting is this to watch me do this? I'm not sure. Let's do this. These are bonus actions and reactions over here. I haven't hooked these up yet. Let's do this. Let's copy these. Let's go over into Ava. Let's paste them. And when I paste and copy folders inside of the Stream Deck, they are not references, they are copies. So any changes here will not be made on the other side. So I can now take essentially all of these and delete them. And then look at what we've got for Ava and add some shortcuts for her as well.
Ava.
Fred, should Mark finish early? Fred, what's your answer to that? Please let them. He's not sure. Not sure. Yeah, I really am thinking Fred as a magic 8-ball kind of thing, interacting with the chat room is kind of a fun addition to the show, where Fred can kind of do this, but also go back with, you know, an answer as well in the chat room. Kind of fun. Okay, battle axe, one-handed. Let's go back to Ava. Is it battle axe? Pren. Oop, we're gonna have a problem with the prens. That's gonna fail, I'm pretty sure. Let's try it. And nothing happened. All right, so let's set a breakpoint. Figure out how we're gonna get that in here. Battle axe one-handed. And I think it's a backslash open paren and a backslash close paren is what I think I need in this space. See if that works. Nice, I think that's gonna fix it. Sweet. So that's the one-handed battle axe. Copy, paste, battle axe two-handed, and change this to a 2H down here. And let's hit that button. And that one has special effects on it. In the real game, those won't have special effects until she gets a battle axe weapon that has those effects on it. Yeah, I'm feeling like it's an early day today. That's what I'm feeling like. I feel like we've got the problems that I wanted to solve, we apparently solved with not a lot of effort. Everything else is kind of like, I think, kind of tedious stuff. Watching, you know, watching me work with the assets and things like that to build them. I might do one, and then I might build one more asset so folks can see that and watch what's happening with that. If people are interested in that, and then I'll pass it up to somebody else. So let's go start up Adobe Premiere. And I use both Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects. After Effects I'm using to create both the 3D motion and the special effects that are happening there, and then I use Premiere to do the final cuts, the color balancing, and the framing. So we're going to go open up Fred's hands. And let me drag this and move this. Bring this up here. So here's the original workie you can see that we did right here. So this is us setting up. We've got the green screen. My son there is on his back and his hands are blue. If we go in and we look at, like, for example, I don't know. And these are actually, I broke them into left and right and set them up. If we come in here to this, right here, and then we look at our effect controls for this. Hold on. Let's move this over here so we can see both at the same time. Effect controls. You can see, actually, what's interesting about this is I've got a lot of color keys. I can turn them off and we'll start seeing the green background, right? So a lot of those are in there to take out the green background. And then I have color balances. I have actually 2 of them. And if I turn these off, you can see there's the original color. It was much, and turn off brightness contrast. There's the original color right there. And so I do some color balance by putting more blue in and taking some of the red and green out. Then I use the HLS to kind of adjust that, tweak that, and reduce saturation a bit so it matches Fred. And then we do brightness and contrast. Also, the other thing that's important is when we shot it, you can see here in this that we've got lights in the back and there are lights in the front. So we're trying to match the light as much as we can. So that's kind of what's going on with this homebrewed kind of special effects. With that, I've got a main We've got pointing at, let's see, these are all the ones I've got. So I've done these 3 over here. Let's just move these up to a higher layer to indicate I've done them. And then I have all these others that I haven't done yet. What's this one? Oh, whoop, can't show that. Sorry about that, kids. That one's, whoops. Yeah, I got a 1. So the first one I can't show. Then I've got him counting numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So in case Fred scouts ahead or wants to answer a question like how many hamburgers do you want, that sort of thing, he can answer those questions. Hand clasp, I've got that. Although I don't like the lining up of this. I think this needs to be moved a little bit or reduced in scale a bit. Actually, before I reduce the scale, let's set the anchor point down here. And then move a little bit to the side. That feels better. And so now let's look at that animation as comes up. Yeah, I like that. So that's kind of a good thing to just play from time to time. Let's do that. And so let's go find that in here. Search for it. Really? They're all coming up? That's what I want. Right click, new sequence from clip. And this is the sequence built from that. And I am going to call this, just put no space between the 2 of these. And that's the name of the PNG file that's we're going to generate. I want to trim the beginning. And I want to now set the size of this so it is, I want to set the anchor point down here, and or maybe in the center of it. I want to see if this helps with trimming the size of this. All right, so now we're going to go down and change its sequence size. And this looks to be about, I don't know, I'd say about 380 pixels wide by about 200 pixels tall, maybe about 240, 50. Let's see how we did with that. The height is a little high, it looks like, and the width is too narrow. So let's make it 450 and by 220. That's looking better. And then I want to look through every frame to make sure that every frame is not being cropped by the left, right, or top. Good. I can safely take off the top a little bit more off the top. So I'm going to change it to, I'll take 40 off. Let's see if we can fit it in 180. See how we're doing. Yeah, I like fitting it totally, getting it a really nice fit on that. That looks good. And right there can be the last frame. And now let's generate it. Save. Entire sequence. Go. All right, building those. Meanwhile, let's go over to our overlays. Take no idea and change it to hands clasp. That all looks good. What is going to be the frame count on that? Wow. 171 is what it looks like. And the center of Fred point is right about there, 244, 178. Whoops. Okay, there's hand clasp. There's that. I think we can do a refresh on the overlay, front overlay. There's the refresh. Let's go to Fred. This is where I've got his actions right here. Let's create a icon for this. Something about like that big. We want to size it so that it is 72. And then we want to make it 72 by 72. Then we want to save it. Hands clasped, still on the clipboard. Then we want to come back over to Stream Deck and we want to add a new one here. We can copy this. Paste, grab its image, and then we'll call it hands clasped, like that, and we're going to send hands clasped out as that. And with all of that done, I think all I have to do, did I refresh the front overlay? Let's see, I think I did. I just hit clasp button. Huh. I see something moving, but it's off to the left and then down. Did we not get the origins right? Or did I didn't send the player data over. That's what it is. It's the player data that needs to be sent. Okay, hold on. Initialize player data. All right, now it should work. Hit the class button. There we go. A little creepy with the brightness on the right side there. But it's not bad. Not bad. Yeah. I'm liking it. It's not bad. Push button approach is good. Okay, cool. Let's see who else is out there. We'll make it a short show today, and we'll come back next Tuesday and see what cool things we'll be doing then. What do we got here? Looks like Nick Larson. Yeah, let's send you over to Nick Larson. We're going to do that. Kids, thank you so much for being here with us today. We'll see you next week. Roy is expected to be back. And yeah, have a good weekend, guys. Everybody have a nice, chill weekend. Everything is great, and we'll see you all again in next week.